Okay, slight change of plan. I really did want to demonstrate this Fedora update and upgrade process. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now, but I did want to show you what it looks like when DNF updates. It's going to search its online repositories. So this process literally isn't possible without an internet connection. If you have a VM that's isolated in some way, you're going to have to find a way to unisolate it, whether that's in bridged mode or NAT mode, or if it's in a host only or a LAN segment kind of thing, you have to find a way to get it out to the net to talk to the Fedora repos. And one of the things you can do with DNF is add more repositories. I'm not going to do that now. I'm not even going to go to the trouble of installing a lot of things I would normally install, like GVIM, alternate browsers, GitHub, etc., etc. Might have to do GitHub just to grab the code I've written. But in any case, it's going to look at the package archive, figure out what you've got installed, and then talk to the repos and figure out, okay, are there new versions of these? And as you can see, it's doing a lot of stuff. Network manager, package management, really everything. Now, don't assume because it's not on this list, it's not installed on the machine. It just may have gotten the latest and greatest for a lot of these things. I can guarantee you that this list, as long as it is almost certainly not the full list of everything installed on the system. So it's going to install 20 packages and upgrade almost 700. Now, this is going to take a long time. So this is not the sort of thing that you want to kick off in the middle of your workday while you're trying to get something done. This is a process for after hours, or now if it is, of course, running in a VM, you can do it whenever. But if this is your primary machine, this process is going to be disruptive to your work. It's important because, of course, one of the basic principles of cybersecurity these days, because cybersecurity involves not only the hardware, not only the software, not only the people, not only the policies, not only the hardware and the people and the policies, but the software, specifically patch management, keeping your stuff, generally speaking, up to date. Unless, of course, you have a compelling reason to not do so. Say, for example, it's the Wednesday or the Thursday after a Microsoft Patch Tuesday, and the trade press, which in these days means the important blogs, are all they all seem to have their hair on fire about some patch that Windows released, which messed everything up. Obviously, that's a patch you don't want to rush out and get. This is why things like the Windows Server upgrade system are so important, because you want to control the upgrade process, not just fire and forget. So in any case, this is going to pull down another gig of memory. This is why I didn't go with that 8 gig drive. I knew I needed more space, even if this is just an exemplar system. So I'm going to type yes and hit enter. And it's going to download a bunch of packages, and this is going to take some time. So I'm going to pause it here. It's about 11:10, and I'll come back when this phase is done. Okay, so it's downloaded them all. That didn't take very long. One thing it might do in some of these cases is do a delta download. It'll just grab just enough to patch the software. And now it looks like it's going through a much longer series of operations. So we've got 800, nearly 800 downloads, nearly 1,600 upgrade and script operations. And then once this is done, it's going to also clean up after itself. On a reasonably quick, fast system, it will not take forever, but it will still take some time. So I'm going to pause this again. Okay, so it is now 11:45, and it is just about done. It installed some new stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to bother, and let me drag this over, I'm not really going to bother installing anything else just yet. I might actually do that, grab a few more things that I tend to like VIM and GVIM and so on and so forth. And then I might have to do a brief DNF update again before I start the upgrade process, but this is what it looks like. The only thing I wish was that it had been time stamping this as it goes so you could really get a sense of how long this took. But as you can see, it did a lot of work. It cleaned everything up. Um, it verified everything. So it checks itself 6 ways to Sunday. So yeah, that is the update process. Essentially what you do here um, is there's say for example comparing this to aptitude and apt-get. Update and upgrade are kind of two different things in the apt package management systems. You can update the definitions and then upgrade the software. With DNF, it's all in one swell hoop. So there's that. I'll come back to this one in a little bit after I've more or less done the same thing with FedSec 31 in VMware. So look for that.